Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching the Arkansas Gun Guy. Today a comparison of two compact polymer hammer-fired firearms. I'm very lucky enough to have a fantastic viewer who has allowed me to shoot his P2000 and spend time with it. And I really did that to spend a lot of time with his LEM trigger, a system that I don't think I really appreciated early enough that this gun has. I'll highlight that in a second. But as I held it and started spending time with it, I came to realize how closely it matches in size to another gun in my carry rotation, and that is CZ's P07. So I thought we could take a quick side-by-side from them. But most importantly, I'd love to hear from you guys. Do you have experience with both firearms? And if so, what do you like about one versus the other? Do you like one more than the other? I've got quite a bit of time with the P07. I'll give you guys a long-term update on that one. And I've only had a short amount of time with the P2000, but I've really enjoyed my time with it. So again, this will be just a kind of a quick overview of some of the features, the similarities and differences. But again, the magic of me doing this is getting to hear from you, and people who are searching for these videos, I think, find value in your comments. So please sound off in the comments if you have experience or opinions about the P2000 or the P07 from CZ, two very similarly sized polymer frame hammer-fired carry guns. Fantastic sizes to either carry or even for home defense. So love both of those things. Think about the specs. I won't read all the specs, but the P07 came out around 2008. The P2000 came out in 2001. So the P07 came out, 6-7 years later than the, I guess that'd be 7 years, right? Than the P2000. And in that time, it gained more capacity. The 9mm capacity on the P2000 is 13 rounds. It's 15 rounds on the P07. So, and again, it also got a little taller, a little wider, a little longer, but not that much. If you look up the spec sheets, it says it's slightly bigger, but to hold them in your hands, they feel almost identical. One difference in the grip is again, a little shorter grip here. The H&K does have the pinky extension on the base plate here, where you have a full flat base plate on the P2000, on the P07. Now, a couple of other notable differences. H&K offers multiple triggers for their firearms. They have a DASA, double action, single action, that would come with a safety and or decocker. Different options on there. I think the safety is the levers here and decockers on the back. This is their LEM, law enforcement modification trigger, which is kind of its own safety. So I won't go into great detail about that now. I'll post a video where I go into more detail about the LEM below. But again, the H&K has multiple options for how you can configure your battery of arms for safeties and decockers. But so does the P07, just in a different way. It's a DASA all the way, but it comes with different options for the multifunction type lever here. It comes by default with a decocker. You cock the hammer, you can decock it that way. But they also come with a safety options in case you want to carry this firearm cocked and locked. So again, lots of similarities in the fact that they're they're good sized polymer hammer fired guns that shoot 9mm, and they have multiple options for safety and decocking as you would prefer to carry the firearms. You can see as I have them nose to nose that the sight radius is slightly longer on the P07 against a slightly larger gun. The other big difference that makes me a fan, I'm a big H&K fan, by the way. If you've watched the channel, you know that. I'm an H&K nerd. But I also am really a big time CZ fan because I love the inverted rail system here. I'll empty the magazine out really quick. You can see that the firearm is clear. But the big difference is that the H&K P2000, the slide rides on the outside of the rails. Like most every other gun in the world, the slide rides on the outside of the rails, and you have kind of this much metal up top above your trigger, your hand coming back at you, which would kind of help contribute to muzzle rise. On the CZ, again, you still have it actually rides inside the rails here. I've done too many videos on this probably, but you can see that the metal frame, instead of right on the outside, sits down inside the rails, and that way gives you much less mass coming back at you. which makes this a very, you can see, hopefully you can see the difference in size of mass that's coming back at you. So I'm a big fan of that feature of CZs. They kind of developed that look in 1975 with the CZ75, and it has been around since then. Lots of people, lots of competition shooters use this because it's very easy to stay on target, just less mass coming back at you. So big fan of that. The H&K is ridiculously reliable. All the H&Ks have been torture tested to death, but I've also heard great reliability stories about the CZ P07. I've also read the owner's manual. They don't want you to dry fire it because it may break, so I try not to dry fire it too much with the snap caps in there. Where the H&K just says, try to kill me, you can't. So I don't know if there's a slight edge in reliability to the H&K, maybe. I think over time there could be something with, there's a roll pin in here that I need to find that could go bad over time. So I don't know if the CZ will require more maintenance with the amount I shoot them, maybe not. But that's one difference. Maybe the reliability would go to the H&K, but shootability for me, I shoot the H&K just fine. Sights are good, trigger's good, grip is good. And after a few rounds or a few magazines, I'm pretty zeroed in on it. It's pretty easy to shoot. With the P07, I just pick it up and I shoot it well every single time. I don't know if that's the extended beaver tail that gives me a higher grip, if that's that mass coming back at you, if it's just the trigger, the grip angle, but something about this firearm I shoot, and this 75 platform, I shoot better than H&Ks, better than SIGs. It's just a naturally pointing, naturally shooting platform for me. So again, between the two, I shoot the CZ75 a little bit better. It's got, again, for me, I think everybody should pick up their own gun and choose what they like, what feels the best, what they shoot the best, and I shoot the CZ75 the best. I did also forget to mention they do both come with adjustable back straps. So again, very similar in the fact that they're same size, they're polymer, they're hammer, which is my preferred carry method. They've got adjustable back straps. They've got different options for trigger, for battery of arms, or safety versus decocker. Size is slightly different as this is a newer gun. It's got a little more capacity. This is crazy durable. This is crazy easy to shoot. Again, this is too if you practice with it. So not knocking this gun at all, not knocking reliability of this gun. It's never failed me yet. So again, I have only positive things to say about both. I have a lot more time with this gun than this gun. But as always, I would love to hear from you guys. Are any of you familiar with both guns? Do you ever shoot them side by side? What are your thoughts? We'd love to hear, because if people are researching one firearm or the other or both, I think they find a lot of value in your comments. So please feel free to sound off down in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. If you would consider liking and or subscribing, that'd help me out a whole bunch. Thanks again. Bye.